Your court television news starting now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a very breaking news edition / update of the NJCourts TV news channel. I'll try to keep it down a bit because I know a lot of you are waking up, especially if you're on the West Coast, because it's 5:32 a.m. It's 6:32 a.m. where I'm at, 7:30 in the middle. And for all my East Coasters, no excuse. You guys should already be waking up, popping them bagels in the oven or little toaster you got, getting your little hot coffee ready. And I hope you're going to have a wonderful start to your Friday morning, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope I can get that Friday morning started with some breaking news. And as you saw in the thumbnail, we've got breaking news announcement about Hampton, Brandon. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know this news happened until last night as I was preparing to possibly see if it was going to be available as far as his hearing, which is this morning, here in about 30 minutes. So we're going to make this a quick, short update because I'm going to try my best to see if I can bring you guys Hampton Brandon's court hearing this morning, which starts at 9 a.m. on the Eastern time zone, as they say. So I'm not promising anything, but I'm going to do my best. If I'm able to get that video, I'll able to, go live with you guys as soon as I get it and share that with you. But for right now, as I was doing my research for today's hearing, I found out that Mr. Hampton Brandon was arrested on October 26th, okay? So I apologize about the late breaking news, but he was literally arrested on October 26th. He was booked, and he is still remains in custody at the Paul Rain Detention Center in Broward County, Florida, all right? So what I'm going to be able to show you guys today is going to be his arrest / incident report. We're going to find out about the 4 new charges that he's facing, in addition to the 2 misdemeanors. That's why he's going to court today for, okay? And I'll remind you guys what that was about. So now he's facing a total of 6 charges, 4 including the new ones he picked up on October 26th. We're going to read the incident report together, so we're going to find out exactly how it went down. And we're going to take a look at some of his case information for today, okay? And again, like I said, can't promise anything, but hopefully in 30 minutes, I'll be able to bring that court hearing to you. Not live, but pre-recorded. But as soon as I'm done, I'll show it to you guys live on another stream, okay? So let's get through with this as quick as possible. Again, I'm not trying to be, quick with it. As you guys know, I like to, take my time and go over all the facts. But like I said, I've got a court hearing that I need to try to attend. So I'm going to try to get all the information out in 30 minutes, which I think is pretty good time anyways for that. So let's let the notification go out just for a few minutes because it is still really early in the morning and people probably have no clue that this live stream's going on. But I want to say good morning to the 31 of you in chat, the troopers, the OGs, the members of the jury. Thank you guys for being here this morning. And thank you and welcome to all my mods for being here this lovely Friday morning. I'm NJCourts, your host, and we're about to start. All right. So here we go. Let me get chat pulled up. I'll say hi to everybody in chat really quick. And it's not really that hot. I'm just wearing this beanie just to get kind of in the season. Let's just do that right there. All right. But starting from the top, good morning, ICU. Good to see you. First in chat, I see. Sicilian Princess, good to see you and good morning. Sunshinery, good morning and good morning to you and good to see you. Excuse me. Going down the line, Born Mush, good morning. What did Brandon get arrested for? You are about to find out, my friend. Going down the line, good morning, Blop Jones. Good to see you. Good to see all the members of the jury here bright and early. Dasan, good morning, my friend. Good to see you here and good to see all my mods. All right. Let's go down the line. Spaceline, AM sleep. What are you trying to say? I am asleep. We've got some coffee being made by Sunshinery. Roofers in the house. G morning to you. Back at you, my friend. I'm still waking up. That's why I'm not even making sense right now. Sassy Scarlet, good morning to you. All right. Usually I like to sing a little bit, kind of prep my voice before I do a live broadcast. And I didn't have time to do that this morning. As a matter of fact, I was up kind of all night watching TV, and then I started snoozing about 30 minutes ago when I had to wake up. So it was one of those mornings. But good morning, Ann Rideout. Good morning, Traveling Jack. And I think I've reached the bottom. So I think we've given enough time for the notification to go out. Let's get this live broadcast / breaking news update started. And welcome to anybody that might be catching this on the replay later. Shout out to my replay gang / crew. All right. So, as I said earlier, Hampton Brannon was arrested for a second time. Okay. I think let me just pull up his first arrest record. Let's just start off with that so we can refresh you on why he had court today in the first place and what's got him in this whole set of trouble. But let me share this here with you. He was arrested originally back in July 24th of 2024, okay? So not last month, but a few months ago, all right? And if you remember, and let me get this up here so you guys can reference this here with me. He was originally arrested and booked on 2 charges. Originally, one of them was a felony, but they've went ahead and have dropped that down to a misdemeanor. But the 2 charges he originally was charged with and arrested on, let me just make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Excellent. You can. Were violation of a risk protection order and charge number 2, trespassing occupied structure or conveyance. All right. So he had been arrested, and then they released him. He was placed on an electric monitoring bracelet / ankle monitor bracelet. He had came on a few times on his live stream. We had shared some of that information to you, and I think that's where we left off, was just that, he was awaiting his court hearing this morning, and he had an ankle monitor bracelet on, and was pretty much looked like he was riding around on his bike, being homeless in the county of Broward County, Florida. All right. Now, on the date of October 26th, he got himself rearrested again. Okay. And that's what this breaking news update is going to be about. So let me share with you the new arrest paperwork with you all. And we're going to talk about exactly what he was rearrested for, as well as we'll read over the whole incident report so you can see exactly how it went down. Good morning, The Punisher. Good morning, Miss Sazzy, Locale Ranch. Welcome, everybody just joining this live news update. All right, I know it's early, so I'm going to try to keep my voice down a bit, but guys know how I get, so maybe turn down those ear pods if you got them. Or maybe don't have your TV on if other people are sleeping in the house. Maybe put it on your phone. But, if a dono comes in, I can't control that volume, okay? So just giving you a forewarning. All right. Anyways, just here we go. So, wait, I forgot. Speaking of little e-begging, there we go. Let me get my banner at the bottom going to remind you guys that the NJCourts TV channel now has its own merch store located at stickermule.com / NJCourtsTV. As of today, we've got 2 items available for sale. I'll let you guys check it out. All right, that was my little commercial. All right, here we go. So, new arrest incident report coming to you live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, ladies and gents. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, there you go. So it's kind of blurry. I'll give you a new mugshot here in a second. As a matter of fact, if you want to see it, it's the one that I had on the thumbnail. And for some reason you're having trouble seeing that, no worries. I got it right here for you. So there's his new mugshot. Looks like he's getting a little gray on the side there. But, yep, let's read about what he got arrested for. So let's jump back over this paperwork. I believe it's this one right here. Make sure you guys can see it. Excellent. Let me catch up with you guys in the comments section. Balls deep. Good morning, Ronald. Good morning. All right. TTD, yeah, I don't know about that, man. I think that's kind of gone down the hill. But, shout out to you TTD heads that are still, I guess, out there. But your hero here doesn't look like he's going to be doing too swell, and I'll show you why. So let's start from the top here. Of course, Scott's all his public information. Again, this is all information you guys can access. Let's go down here to the new charges. You can see, well, let me show you the arrest date just so you can confirm that. So arrest date right there at the top, 10/26 of 2024. Looks like he was arrested on some location on the federal highway in Hollywood, Florida. And I'll zoom in here a little bit for you guys. Again, if you're on your phones, if you're in vertical mode, just do this, go to horizontal mode, and that'll put you in full screen mode, and you should be able to see this just fine. But no worries, I'm going to read this to you, but I can zoom in a bit. How's that? So he was charged with, and right as soon as I finish this, we're going to read the incident report. So don't worry, we're going to see how it went down. But let's read the charges first. So he was charged with 4 charges. First charge was resisting an officer obstruct without violence. Okay, it looks like that's a level 1 misdemeanor. I think. We've got a charge of, looks like a warrant VOP trial misdemeanor. Probably has to do with the fact that he is on some type of, because he's been released. He's under some release conditions and policies that he has to follow. So I'm sure those charge number 2 and 3 have to do with that, because the third charge is the same thing. Warrant VO pretrial MISD, which probably stands for misdemeanor. And then under the comments section, they're referring to the charges that he got back in July, that we just read earlier. Then the original charge, and this is a little spoiler alert, this is what, based on what I just read, I just had a chance to read like the first paragraph. So the rest of the incident report's going to be all new to me as I'm reading it. But spoiler alert, what got him in all this trouble that night of October the 26th was the 4th charge here, riding a bike with no improper light. Okay. And I believe all of these are misdemeanor level charges. And based on what I'm looking at, I don't think he's bondable. So that's why he's remained in jail since they arrested him on October 26th. All right. So let's go to the incident report. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any questions. Yeah, Ronald, pretty much that. So he is only 32. I wasn't sure. I've covered so many people. I forgot, but let's look at the top here. What's DOB? 1992, September. So he turns, he already turned, what, 92 to 2002 is 10, 22 to 12 is 20, and then another 10. So yeah, 32 years old, right? Just turned 32. I think you did your math right. Yeah, 32. It says it right there. 6'3", about 160 pounds. I don't know if they actually weigh him or just go by his, what he says. But either way, those are his 4 new charges. And let's read the incident report. All right, let me make sure you guys can see this. And then, of course, like I said, I'll zoom in for you. Excellent. All right, we're looking at the same thing. So let's just go down here. This starts kind of the incident report. This isn't all of the information here, so don't worry. I'm not pulling your leg when I said we're going to read about what happened. But pretty much it starts with just showing the 4 counts that he's been charged with. One of these has been scratched out, but it looks like they still, maybe because it's covering the same charge and they're just repeating it. But I'll verify here for you at the end of this stream, or at least on my next update, what charges he is facing. They'll probably talk about it at court today. Now, remember, his court hearing today has to do with the original charges, the 2 charges he was facing in July. So they may not even talk about these charges today, but I'm pretty sure they will. Or they may have already had a hearing, and I'll find out here in a bit. We're going to go over the case information because, like I said, a lot of this info was just new to me as of last night, early this morning. And again, it was just because I was doing my research on this morning's hearing, which is going to be coming up in 13 minutes. All right, I got 13 minutes to finish this up. So anyways, it talks about the resisting/obstructing police officer without violence on or about at, this is going to be military time, so it was 2:30 in the morning at 02:30 hours at the location of 1301 South Federal Highway, which is located within the jurisdictional limits of the city of Hollywood within Broward County, and then it's continued. So let's go to the next page. Here we go. State of Florida. And let me zoom in here for you guys a bit. The above named defendant did unlawfully and willfully obstruct or oppose officer number 3804, a duly qualified and legally authorized enforcement officer of the Hollywood Police Department, in the lawful execution of a legal duty then being performed by said officer, to wit. The arrestee failed to identify himself after a municipal ordinance/traffic violation for failure to possess a light on the front and rear of his bicycle, without the said defendant offering or doing violence to the person of said officer. Next paragraph. On October 26, 2024, at approximately 02:30 hours, while on routine patrol, I initiated a traffic stop on a white male riding a black Schwinn bicycle northbound on South Federal Highway at Wiley Street. The subject was advised of the traffic/municipal ordinance requiring lights and reflectors. Every bicycle operated upon the streets and public highways of the city during any of the time between a half hour after sunset until a half hour before sunrise shall be equipped with a light firmly attached or fixed on the front of such vehicle, exhibiting a white light visible from a distance of at least 300 feet to the front, and with a light on the rear exhibiting a red light visible for a distance of 300 feet to the rear, except that a red reflector may be used in lieu of a rear light. His bike did not have any lights attached. Next paragraph. The subject then refused to identify himself after being lawfully ordered to do so multiple times. The subject was placed under arrest for resisting/obstructing a police officer without violence. The subject requested a supervisor and then identified himself as Brandon Grosso. A query on teletype of the arrestee confirmed 2 active warrants out of Broward County Sheriff's Office. Count 1, violation, injunction, domestic violence, no bond. Count 2, trespass, structure, conveyance, no bond. Active. It was also revealed, next page, that the arrestee was on probation out of Nevada. I didn't realize that. Until January 2025 for trespassing. The arrestee is charged with 1 count resisting/obstructing a police officer without violence, 1 count of probation violation, as well as the 2 active warrants listed above. The arrestee was also cited for no lights affixed to a bicycle. So there you go. End of the report. There's 2 more pages. Let me see what else they've got. I didn't know he had the active warrants. So we're going to look at the case information here in a second. We've got 10 more minutes till his hearing starts. But I wasn't aware that he had active warrants. I thought they had released him on the electric monitoring bracelet. So I'm wondering if something must have happened, if he must have done something that, broke the conditions of his release. And that's why they went ahead and issued out the 2 warrants. That or they just got that information wrong on their system. But we'll look at the case information, which again doesn't mean that that is the most updated info, and they tell you that as a disclaimer when you go on these government websites. But let's read this here. This looks like this is a warrant info. Warrant and revocation for violation of pretrial services. So obviously he violated his conditions of release, once he got, pulled over for not having the lights and then resisting the officer by not giving his information, But I was not aware, according to the information we just read, that they also charged him with having 2 active warrants. So let's read this here. So this says, just looking for a date here. And again, doesn't mean the date that this was typed up is the date that it was filed, but let's just read what it says. Let me zoom in for you a bit. In the name of the state of Florida, all in singular, the sheriff's of the state of Florida, whereas the above named pretrial service specialist has declared that the above named defendant, referred to as defendant, was released to Broward County Pretrial Services Program on August 29th of 2024. That makes sense. For the offense of count 1, violation of injunction, domestic violence, count 2, trespass structure / conveyance. In the county court of Broward County, Florida, the defendant has not properly conducted himself, but has violated the conditions of release in a material respect by, let's see if it tells us right now what he did. Conditions violated. Yep, here we go. Violation of condition 10, pretrial services supervision agreement, by failing to charge his GPS tracking device as instructed once per day for 2 hours. In that Broward County, Florida, on October 17th at 5:47 a.m., a low battery alert generated and several alert messages were sent to the defendant to recharge his unit. There you go. The defendant failed to acknowledge the alert messages and charge the unit. On October 17th at 9:55 a.m., the GPS tracker battery was depleted. At the time of this writing on October 18th at 4 p.m., the defendant's monitor was still not charged. This action precluded the defendant from being tracked. His whereabouts and activities are unknown. Well, that answered my question. So I guess they did issue out the warrants because he violated his pretrial services supervision agreement, and more specifically having to do with him not charging his GPS monitoring unit, one of the most simplest things he could do. I'm sure his cell phone allegedly was probably charged the whole time, but couldn't charge a monitoring bracelet. Now, I get it. He might have been, obviously homeless, but you guys know him. He's a smart guy. He knows he can figure that out. I'm not, my opinion, I think he knew what he was doing by not charging it. All right, so there you go. So that answered a lot of my questions. So we got 6 minutes till his hearing starts. Let's look at some case information really quick, and then I'm going to jump off of here and see if I can get his hearing filmed, and that way I can share that with you guys. So again, he is still in the custody of the Paul Rain Detention Facility. I'll share this info here with you so you can see. And there's his arrest number. You click on there, and then that's what brings you into his booking info right here. All right, let me share that tab with you. All right, let me see. Okay, didn't miss anything there. All right, go back here. Oh, wait, I don't even have, oh, yeah, it is. There it is. So I don't think we're going to see anything here different than what we already talked about. Nope, just goes over the, so it looks like it is 4 charges. Resisting an officer obstruct without violence, warrant, VOP pretrial misdemeanor, another warrant, VOP pretrial misdemeanor. So that's for the 2 warrants they had issued that he violated. And then riding bike with no improper light. So 4 charges now, including the 2 charges that we went over that he got when he was arrested back in July. All right. So case information. Let me bring that up for you guys. I think I got to do a new case search. Give me 1 second. All right, let me share this with you. So again, this is all public information that you guys can access on this website here. We're not going to go into all these cases that he has out of Broward County. We're just going to look at the active one, which has to do with his hearing that's going on today. And then, of course, you're going to see a new case number for the 4 charges that we just went over, which is why he was just recently arrested again on October 27th. Love, how is he now homeless? Well, he was this originally, so those 2 charges of him trespassing and violating a restraining order, or they call it a protection order in Florida, was because there was an incident. And again, I'm not going to get into the details of it. You can actually go do a search on the NJCourts main channel of Hampton Brandon and see all the different updates we've done on him, and you can probably catch in one of those exactly what he did. But either way, there was a protection order that was, I think 2 of them for 2 individuals that was signed against him. Okay. and he violated that protection order a few times, as a matter of fact. I think one time, if I'm not mistaken, the police even had just warned him, like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. Then at the same day, they had to return back, and that's when they arrested him for violating the protection order, and then obviously for trespassing. Okay, and that's what started this whole shebangle. Then he was released on an electronic monitor bracelet, which obviously I wasn't aware of. He was issued 2 warrants because he let that electronic monitor bracelet discharge, and it never got charged again. So because he had those 2 warrants, those were active. And then, just by chance, on October 27th, as he was riding his bicycle in the dark with no reflectors or lights, according to the police incident report, he was pulled over for that. He was not willing to give his personal or information to the officer, so they went ahead and arrested him for obstructing an officer, issued him out a traffic citation for the lights, not on the bike, and then obviously found out when they ran his info that he had 2 active warrants out of the county of Broward, and they also mentioned he was on probation out of Nevada until 2025. So I'm not even sure what he did in the state of Nevada that he's on probation on. Maybe you guys can fill me in on chat. But anyways, let's look at this case info, because his case is going to start in 3 minutes. I'm going to jump on there here, and I got to record off my phone. I would try to share it with you right now, but when we do that, because it's using the audio from the platform, it's either going to be through Microsoft Teams or Zoom. I'm not sure. I got to get the link here in a second. But either way, those borrow the microphone of my laptop, so I'm not able to share with you. You can see what's going on, but you won't hear anything, which that's pointless. So I'm going to have to use my phone to record off my laptop, and then I can share with you the video once I have that, if I get it. So here's what you guys see here. So these cases are some other ones that have to do when he got in trouble back in 2022. One's out of July 25th of 2024. Then he's got the most recent one when he was arrested in August 21st of 2024. That's the pending one here. And then he's got this new one here that's filed October 27th. So let's go to the case that's going to be the one that he has his hearing on today. And you guys should be able to look at this here with me. Yep. All right. Excellent. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this. It's just like I said, I got to jump on there here in a minute. But I just want to show you where it shows the dates for his hearings or what's going on. Again, you guys can access this. You guys can access all these case documents that you see on the right-hand side. All those green folders means there's a case document that you can read. Here you go. So here's some dates. So today we've got a calendar call. 8:30 a.m. So that gives me 30 minutes, right? 11:15. It's 7. Oh, shit. Hold on. It's going to be 7 my time. Damn it. I'm already 30 minutes late. They changed that on me. It was 9 a.m. Well, either way, he's got something to do with, I think, these new charges on September 3rd. Oh, wait, no. We're already past September. Excuse me. So I'm already a little late, maybe. I'll still jump on there and see if I can see anything. But either way, we'll find out what happened, okay? But I know you guys like to see the whole court case as it's going on. But either way, he had a hearing today, 11/15, 2024, calendar call. Hearing time is 8:30 a.m. I had it on the calendar at 9 a.m. So obviously it's 9 a.m. right now, so we're already 30 minutes late if they did start at 8:30. Usually they start at 9 a.m. They just want everybody to be there at 8:30. So I might be okay. But there you go. So that's his hearing for that. Let's go back here and let's see this new case that has to do with the new 4 charges. Let's see when they got a hearing set for that. It looks like hearings. Yeah, so they've got one set for November 18th. Sunshinery, if you're writing this down, November 18th, and it's at 8:30 a.m. So that's going to be for his new 4 charges. So there you go, ladies and gents. I'm going to sign off. I'll hopefully be back live with you guys for a new update. And he's on the East Coast, Coconut Call. I will hopefully come back with a new update for you guys, which will be in the form of the video of today's hearing with Hampton Brandon. But obviously, if you don't see me come live, I'll most likely post something under the community post, just letting you know, hey, I wasn't able to get it live, and we'll just wait for them to update the court minutes on his case info, and I'm sure they'll have any documents from today's case available. So it should be a pretty good update, and we'll find out what happened with his case today, which again has to do with the original 2 charges from July. All right. On the 19th of this month, here in a few days, he's going to have a hearing for the new 4 charges he just picked up on October 27th, which is the breaking news that I went over this morning with you guys. All right, everybody, have a good morning. Go Girl, good to see you in chat. Welcome everybody that came in that I wasn't had a chance to say good morning to. I love you guys. I'm not going to say goodbye right now because I might see you guys in like 10, 15, 20 minutes or an hour. All right, y'all, have a great morning. Hopefully we'll see you guys here in a bit. NJCourts is not out, but for right now I am. Peace.